How's it going, everyone? I'm trying to get this nut tightened on my iPad stand here. There we go. All right. I'm going to try and revamp this landscape. What my plan is to lower this mountain down. We'll keep this hill in the back. I'll probably change the color of that and change all this green to a lighter green. Change the sky to multiple colors. I've already prepared some colors here. We'll start with some of that color in the sky here. These will end up being pretty much like dark clouds. So I got different colors of blue. Gonna do this whole painting pretty much with this knife. And I should do a before picture. Before and after. Alright, there we go. So yeah, I just got off of work a while ago, and I've already went to go look at someone's kitchen was leaking under the cabinet again, so went and did that already, and I already had breakfast. Now after this I got to go run and look at another job. Let's put some of that dark purple in the corners here. I'll get like a vignette going. I think that's what it's called. I'll try and darken the corners down here. This really cool style with the knife. Check this one out that I did. Really happy with this one. And I put this one on X, and I'm getting a lot of likes on that one. People already want to buy that one. The main idea here is just to put a bunch of different colors up here. Even I got some green. We'll put some green in here. It really ends up looking cool. I could put clouds above this green, and it really enhances the sky. Makes it look really cool and different than everybody else's. Here's a darker blue. I was going to use this for flowers once I got down here, but I'll put a little darker color up here. Not much. I don't want too much. I want the sky to be very light. So I'm going to redo that mountain. So it's going to go away here. I don't want it, that tall. So goodbye, mountain, goodbye. And I'm getting rid of the tree, but I'll probably put the tree back. I want to run that tree up with some leaves on it over here. And maybe another tree over here. Maybe trees going here off into the distance here. Maybe over here. We'll have everything going off. We'll make this the vanishing point over here. What I've noticed, if you're an artist out there and you've been trying to do something that looks more like Impressionism, try doing it with a knife instead of a brush. And you'll see that it's a little more achievable to get an Impressionism painting with a knife than with a brush. Because, I mean, this was done with a brush down here. You see the difference already? And I do all my landscapes from just my mind. I don't have a picture or anything I'm following. Oh, that dark color, that I was going to use that for the mountain. Okay, yeah. It's like a bluish gray. So I'm going to redesign this mountain. I think it's low enough now. We'll kind of make it look like foothills or something. Look at that. Look at the contrast already from dark to light. I'm even going to make that sky a little lighter around the top of the mountain. It's already taken on like a look of Impressionism. We'll put a little white underneath the mountain to make it look like mist. Nothing thought out. I'm just kind of putting white there. And then we'll make this a different blue. It's a little too dark of a blue for this hill. So I'm going to use you know what? We'll use this purplish color up here for this next hill that's in front of this one. That way we get some purple color in here. And we'll put white underneath it as well. little white. We'll make it look like some more mist at the bottom of the mountain. Or a foothill. Very cool. It's looking good. We're going to turn all this into, I could put a river coming down here like this, and then have green and a darker green here. Let's try it. We'll use some of this color up here for the river. Maybe this bluish green here. I'll just cut a river in here. Pretty fun using a knife. You just kind of pretend it's like a paintbrush, but it's going to help you, trust me, if you're trying to do more impressionism, this really helps. Alright, we're going to drop some color in here now. We want to keep it light under the mountain, and you can get a little darker as you get to the river. So we'll use, let's start with a bluish color. And then I have two different greens here, like a grayish green and a sap green color type green. Just let all the colors kind of blend together. Now we want this to be, I'm going to add a little blue to this green I just used to make it a little darker green instead of using black. And we'll put that down here. Look at all the different colors in there. And they're all similar. When I put the trees in, they're really going to stand out on this light color. We'll put a dark brown down here now. I have some burnt umber. Maybe we'll put some rocks down here. I'll have the tree coming out of this brown color here. There we go. I just covered that whole painting. Let's do the water first. We'll try and make it look like water now with some titanium white. Then I'll run some bushes on the edge of the water here. Dark, we'll use a dark blue. I'm going to use the color I used on that mountain back there. Let's put something that looks like bushes here. Do 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 do. And we'll use a light blue. We'll make it a little lighter as we come back here. Making a dark green now. For this side of the river. There we go. Okay. Let's do a tree now. Some burnt umber. Remember, Impressionism. You don't want it to look perfect. We'll put a small tree back here. Do 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 do. Just gonna get some dark leaves on it. Probably red. I have Alzerian Crimson. I'm going to mix a little Payne's Gray in it to make it really dark. I just start off small on these branches. And then I'll look at it and see if I need to make them bigger. I like the contrast already. It's a nice tree. Very cool. We'll use a little lighter color back here for this one because it's kind of further away. And same color, I guess, for a little lighter. Boo-doo-boo-boo, boo-doo-boo-boo. Really digging that. Take a little of this brown here. Try and make a shadow here under the tree. Thanks for watching, everyone. I know it's Friday. You're probably all getting paid right now and heading over to the bar. Very nice. Let's put some, I'm going to put some color on the mountains now to make them look somewhat real. There we go. The more you put in there, these little details, the better it'll look in the long run. You don't want them to be too obvious. It's like I said, impressionism's hard. That's why I'm using a knife up here, because it makes it a little harder to create a tree with the knife, so then it ends up looking more like impressionism than with the brush. Alright, we need some dark color in here somewhere, just to create some hills and stuff. I want it to look like it's going off that way. a river there. It's not the best knife to use for, lining. I lost my other knife that I usually use for right here like this for the edge of the water. I gotta find it eventually. Boo-doo-boo-boo. Bob Ross. I saw on YouTube they have a Bob Ross channel now. They probably have every episode that he did. Yeah, it's right here on YouTube. It's the Bob Ross channel. Yeah, I used to watch Bob Ross. That was pretty fun. I don't use his style, but I like the way he got his paintings done in 30 minutes. That's what I believe in that. I like to get the paintings done in one sitting. I don't like having to come back in a couple days when the first layer dries. I want to get it done a la prima. So you just got to be careful when you don't want to over blend it. Then you start getting a gray color. They call it what do they call that? It ends up turning gray. I think it's called it'll come to me. Alright, this looks good except for this grass back here. It's a little too dark for me. I'll try and lighten it up back here. I'd have to redo the river. You get all this blended in here. This is really cool when you take your knife and you flatten everything down like this. It really helps the painting out. There we go. Much better. I like the way it all blended in now. And now I can finish the sky. Let's put some more white up here. Some clouds. Very cool. Try and darken up some of these leaves at the bottom here. Well, I appreciate you watching. There we go. The light's coming in this way. Shadow kind of on the left there. Hey, thank you, Milo. Let me know where you guys are from. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I appreciate you watching. I know some of these paintings can get boring, but they're fun when you're doing it hands-on. Alright, so this is missing something here. We're going to put some rocks here. Let's do this. So that same color I used back here on the mountains, we'll create some rocks here in the front with that color. Then we'll hit it with some light. There we go. Some rocks. That's where the kids would be playing. On the rocks. Now we need some flowers down here. Do 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 do. I really like this. Let's see if I can make some yellow flowers back here. There we go. Very cool. It's a little darker than I wanted. Believe it or not, I wanted it to be even lighter. But let's see. It's really wet. Well, I appreciate you guys watching so early in the day. I've got to go run and look at a job real quick. But when I get back, I'm going to be working on some more. This one's not done yet. I want to put the river back in somehow. We need to get some water in this one. But it's close. Let's see if I can get the glare off of it. So, without it falling off. There we go. What's cool about oil, when it finally, dries a little bit, you get rid of that glossy look, and that looks really good. You can't get, you know what I'll try later? I'll try and do a acrylic landscape in this style. It's really hard to do it with acrylic. Here's another oil one I did. Very cool colors with very light. Trying to make it look pastel, it's like really hard. Alright, I'll see you guys in about an hour. I gotta go run and look at a job. But I appreciate you watching. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Danielle. Is that Daniel? I've only been working on this for 47 minutes, so I painted over another landscape that didn't look so good, and I redid it. If you go back to the beginning of this, when I upload it, you'll see, hey Grace, how's it going? But I wish I could keep painting, but I gotta run real quick. From Illinois, alright, cool. That's where I was born. I was born in Cook County, Illinois. West side of Chicago. On the west side of Chicago. Remember that song? On the east side of Chicago, back in the USA. Alright, thanks everyone.